I would like to welcome everybody onto today's webinar. My name is Jason Gregory and I am the European Sales Manager for Relive International. Relive has been changing people's lives for over 30 years in two areas which they struggle with the most, which is their health and also their finances. And we operate in the wellness industry, and the wellness industry is a massive industry, already a $1 trillion industry. And so we're helping people to lead more fulfilled lives and more happier lives by changing their circumstances in a very dramatic way if they choose to use us as a platform to do that. We manufacture for 30 years high quality nutritional products that are very complex in their design but very easy to take. We're a food science company first and foremost, and we demand quality. And for that reason, we oversee our on site manufacturing processes and research and development to make sure it's only top quality nutrition that comes off our production line. We lead the way in the wellness industry, and we've been leading the way for over 30 years because we're helping people to get back control of their lives in those two areas to help them maintain a healthy life and get financial freedom. So why the need for nutrition? Well, it's a massive need because the choices that people are making are impacting them both in the short term, medium term, and the long term. What we're putting into our mouths is affecting the quality of our lives. And our bodies need nutrition on a daily basis. And like I said, we make very complex nutrition, but we make nutrition very easy. So why choose the Relive products? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Bioavailability, that just means the best way that the body can readily absorb something. You see, if you can't absorb the food that you're putting into your mouth, it really doesn't matter that it's going into your mouth, your body can't put it to work. But when it has a high level of absorption, then your body can really utilize the fuel that it's putting inside of itself. And we have a really high level of bioavailability of the products. Synergism is just how the product is put together. Now, it's not about the isolated nutrient, but it's about how things are working together for a compounded effect. And the balance that is in our products is in such a way that the body can really put it to work and through its own physiology start doing the things that it needs to do. You see, the ingredients that we use are guaranteed and quality. We have got preferred suppliers that have to give us a certificate of analysis that states that what they're giving us has got no genetically modified things, nothing that it shouldn't have. It's all good stuff. And then when it comes into the manufacturing process, that gets verified by the scientists to make sure that what's on that certificate of analysis is actually true. So it starts with the core nutrition, and everybody starts on the basic nutrition of either classic or now. Now, the classic was the original formula developed by a gentleman called Dr. Theodore Kalogris. He was the longest funded scientist in the World Health Organization, also the longest serving member in the World Council of Nutrition. He was a hematologist who studied the human cell in order to understand what the human body needed to recreate healthy cells. But he went away to develop a balance of food for himself because he was in a wheelchair that the doctors said he would not be able to come out of. Now, his journey took him over 10 years. It took him over 850 separate trial formulations of different balances of food before he was able to come up with a balance of food that when he did take it himself, over a period of time, his body was actually empowered enough to the extent that he was able to leave that wheelchair. That was the foundation of the company. That was the classic. Then we have the Relive Now, which is an enhanced version of the classic. It's got a slight vanilla flavor. It was enhanced by Dr. Carl Hastings, who was the chief scientific officer of the company. And to put him into perspective, out of the 5,000 chief scientific officers in the US, Dr. Carl was in the top 10. And so he really enhanced the formula and came up with the Relive Now. But the Now and the Classic are like sister products. Then we have the Kids Now, which comes in a chocolate or vanilla flavor. Slightly different balances from the adult product, but it does have the omegas in there, which is brain food and extra calcium for bone development. And it's a really good way of getting your children to have their nutrition. And as parents, we know how difficult it is to get your children to eat their green veg. So obviously when you're bridging that nutritional gap for what they're not getting from their food with a really good supplement like the Kids Now, you can have that reassurance to know that they're getting everything they need for that day. Then we have some targeted solutions like Fiber Store. Now, we all should understand the importance of fiber in the diet, and fiber itself is extremely important. And our Fiber Store product has got over 9.6 grams of soluble and also insoluble fiber. And so this really helps to balance out the level of fiber that you need in order to maintain a healthy digestive system. It also has things like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C. These are all vitamins that have been proven to show to help with the body's immune system. And so it's a really powerful product to make sure that you're getting the levels of fiber that you need. We also have the Energize, which itself is a patented isotonic sports drink. And it's really good at helping to keep the body hydrated. It helps to balance out the electrolytes, and it's a really powerful product in terms of keeping the body in the right way to move forward in terms of physical activity. Then we have Lunarich C, which is a concentrated version of an ingredient called lunacin. It is encapsulated in a vegetarian capsule so that the lunacin can get released at the right time within the intestine. If you want to know more about the power of lunacin and how it can impact your health, the person who invited you to this presentation can give you some more in-depth information. We also have a foundation within the company called the Kellogg Foundation. It was named after Dr. Theodore Kellogg. We have a mission to nourish our world, and we are operating in over 270 feeding centers spanning over 9 countries, and currently feeding between 30 to 40,000 people, mainly children, every single day on our nutrition. Dr. Theodore lived his life by a mandate we say, be ashamed to die before you've scored a victory for mankind. And we believe that he scored that victory with the work that the Kellogg Foundation is doing. Sandy Montgomery, who is one of the founding members of Relive International, had a vision to be feeding over 1 million children a day. And we are working towards that vision. And the way that's happening is like people like yourself and people that come into the business, because as you're building your business, the foundation itself is completely distributor funded. The company takes care of most of the admin, but it's because of the passion of the distributors why the foundation is having such an impact in what it is doing. And when you see these children in the foundation and their before and after pictures, you know that we are doing a great thing.
More than 1 billion people worldwide struggle daily with their health and malnutrition. Every 5 seconds, a child dies from hunger-related diseases. 6 million die each year. Relive has formulated life-changing nutritional supplements since 1988. The Relive Kellogg Foundation was established to deliver those products to those most in need, and to help Relive distributors and employees nourish our world. Through our U.S. and international feeding programs, Relive Now for Kids is changing the lives of more than 42,000 children every day. These kids are just a few of the thousands we are helping nutritionally and emotionally. Just look into their eyes and you will see a glimpse of what's inside their hearts.
One of the biggest messages I can leave you is about prevention. Why wait for something to happen before you start dealing with it when you can potentially stop it from happening in the first place? So it's not the case that you have to be sick to take these Relive products. In fact, if you are healthy, that's the very reason why you need to take the Relive products. And there are many people in that category. And a good example of that are the members of the Relive Athletic program in Europe. These are professionals and semi-professionals who have been sponsored with the product, and the product has helped them with their endurance, it's helped them with their performance, and they are taking it, endorsing the product simply because of the results. This is not like many other programs out there where companies pay stars just to stand around and hold a can to say that they're taking the product, but they're not actually taking it. These guys are endorsing it because of their results. And so we're really looking for more people to get involved in this program. We have people from many different disciplines, from athletes to martial artists to archers to rowers to rugby players, motocross, many people in this program. It's a very powerful program and we're very proud of what we do. So here are our products in Europe. We start off with the Now and the Classic, which are the sister products I mentioned to you already. The average order in Europe is Now a Classic with the Energize, simply because of the combination is a very powerful one. We spoke about the other products as well. They are halal, they are kosher, they are gluten-free. Anybody can take the products. They're on the Cologne list, which is the list that says Olympians can take the products. No banned substances within the products. And so this is a really powerful endorsement for our products. But one of the things that we like to do is we like to share the results of what is happening with people who are actually taking the product. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to share some stories of people's testimonies and what has happened to them since they've been on it. So check out these stories.
First was introduced to Reliv. I began it for extra energy and to help manage some of my stress levels.
Like a lot of people, we put up with stuff. But when I got onto these products, I was amazed at what happened for me.
We need to think in terms of preventing those things before they start, because they're very difficult to address once they're underway.
I had a freak accident in May of 2010. This is where I damaged 2 discs in my lower back. I was given a 6-month, 70% recovery rate.
I thought I was a pretty healthy guy, but I'd played football through sophomore year of college. Had a lot of pain in my back and neck. And after seeing the great results Liz had gotten, started taking the shakes.
I replaced taking vitamin pills for Reliv. I didn't expect anything else to happen.
Because I took the products consistently, I was able to recover in 3.5 months to 100%.
Then about 3 weeks, I noticed I had more energy, mental clarity, started sleeping better at night, just an overall sense of well-being.
Through all that, of course, I saw amazing results just in the first 2 weeks.
The first thing I got energy, and just gradually over time got better and better. And now today, I mean, I'm 53 and I feel like I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. I have a life now I could have never dreamed of back then.
Mentally, I really felt good and relaxed after a short period of time.
So obviously that fueled my fire. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol issues. I was 42 pounds heavier.
If you bring Reliv in their lives, you see them more happy. You see them grow, you see them get their health back. I love the fact that I'm using nutrients who are good for the body and who strengthen my body and gives me the energy to do whatever I want.
Reliv has provided great prevention for our family. It's really our health insurance.
I knew I'd found an incredible program, and I knew I'd found a program that was addressing my whole body, and I have felt fantastic now for over 20 years.
So today, I've got my life back, and I do all the things I was doing before, and that's because of Reliv.
Now, because our products are so powerful, this is why we have a very, very strong business opportunity. Because you imagine if you was the person that would have introduced any of those people that you just heard share their story in the video, and how that would have made you feel knowing that you had such an impact on their lives. Well, guys, this is why the business opportunity is a real one, because we get paid to share products that we love, products that are impacting our lives, and products that are impacting other people's lives. But the beauty about the platform is you can work this full-time or you can work it part-time. There's no boss. You are your own boss. A lot of times people work it part-time around their current commitments until their check grows to a level where they can make some nice decisions. But it's completely down to the individual how much or how little they want to earn. You see, the potential for earning it can happen in your very, very first month. We have a very simple system with simple processes that are designed to do the majority of the telling and the selling for you. And if you can just plug into those systems and use those tools, then you can start growing a very strong business for yourself. And again, there's a no risk to try the product with the money back guarantee that you have. And so it all depends on what a person wants in life. There are many people that are struggling in many areas of their life, and they're looking for ways to change their situation. And really by offering people a way in which they can take the passions that they have for helping other people, the desires that they have for bettering their finances, and realize them in a very powerful way. So how do we actually get paid with Reliv? Well, we get paid in 5 different ways, and I'll go through each one of them in turn, starting off with the retail profit. Now, we understand about retail because we go into shops every day. The shop owner bought their product at a wholesale price, put their retail markup on it, sold it to us, and then made their profit. Well, in the same way, anybody can come on board this business anywhere between 20 and 40%. It is completely up to the individual where they come on board. Now, I like to talk about things from the 40% profit level because I want to show you how you maximize what you are what you are making. Because if I asked you the question, would you rather make £20 an hour or for the same work and effort make £40 an hour, which one would you choose? I'm sure the majority of you would choose 40, because most people want to get paid the most amount of money for their time commitment. So that I'll do the 40% level. So you share £100 of a product with either a friend, a neighbour or a relative. Now you're not limited to these people, you can share it with whoever you want to share it with. But if these products are as good as we say they are, it's only natural to want to share it with people that you love and care about. Yeah, so if you share £100 worth of a product with either one of those guys, at the 40% level, you are going to make £40 profit straight away. Yeah, self-explanatory. See, everybody's a potential customer. The oldest person I know that has been on this product has been a friend of mine in the US called Herbert Washington. His mother was on these products 108 years old. The youngest people on these products have still been in the womb. Yeah, there are people that have had many babies on the product, and the only thing they took as a prenatal was the Relive products, including my wife is one of them. And so everybody is a potential customer. That's the first way we get paid. The second way we get paid is called wholesale profit. Now what's going to happen is some of these people are going to stay on the product because they're getting really good results, but they have no inclination to do the business. But then there's going to be other people that are going to want to join you in the business for a couple of reasons. Some people want to make a couple of hundred extra. Some people want to make a couple of thousand extra. Some people just want to make enough to pay for their own product. But what can happen is they can join you anywhere between 20 and 40%. Yeah, which means because wholesale profit is the difference between your profit level and the profit level of your business partners, you can make anywhere between 5 to 20% wholesale profit. Yeah, so if somebody came on board at that level, let's say they came on board at the 25% level, which is known as a fast start, and in the UK that is £193. Yeah, you get enough product for about 3 people. You also get a 12-month money back guarantee on that product as well. But then they would make £25 for sharing £100 worth of product. You would make the 15% difference, so you would make £15, and so forth. You can see the difference between 35 and 20. But what's going to happen is they are going to want to get to the 40% level just like you, because that's when they're maximizing their income. And this is where you're going to be plugging them into some simple processes, like I mentioned earlier on, using some simple tools which will help them to do more sponsoring. And as you can see here, it says sponsoring increases volumes and volumes increase profit. So as they climb the profit levels, they get closer and closer to that 40%. Now, once they're at 40%, they're at the master affiliate level, which is the same level where you are. But that means you're no longer getting wholesale profit, but that's not actually negative, it's actually positive, because now you open up a third avenue of income for yourself, which is called residual income. Now we all understand about residual bills because we have to pay these bills month in and month out. Yeah, and so if we don't pay these bills, we're going to get some nice red letters coming through the door. So we understand about residual bills. So if we can understand that much about residual bills, why not understand about residual income? So let me help you to understand what I'm saying. Here you are again. There you are at the top. Let's say that the person who you helped into the business was called John. John comes into the business, you plug John into the simple systems and tools that we have. He starts building his business, gets to that top profit level. Now the reality of John being at the top profit level would be John and his group doing about £2,000 worth of business. Now notice what I said. I said John and his group. I didn't say John by himself. So let me help you to understand where that £2,000 is coming from. Any personal purchases that John does, any customers that John has, any distributors that John has who's not already at that top profit level, and any of their customers and distributors, all of that activity adds up to the £2,000. So as you can imagine, £2,000 is not a big figure to hit. Yeah, but what will happen is the company understands that that you are still working with John. You're going to continue to work with John, so they will take a look at all the volume that John does, and out of company profits, they're going to pay you 8% of that volume. Now John goes away and speaks to Andrew. Andrew doesn't have to be in the same country as him, because Andrew can plug into the same processes using the same tools no matter where in the Relive world he is. And so that's what happens with Andrew. Andrew plugs into the system. The company looks at all of the volume going through Andrew's organization. The company's going to give you 6% of that. Now if you notice, you get less percentage than John, because John is probably working more with Andrew than you are. Yeah, but Andrew would not have got into the business had you not had helped John. So you should still get remunerated for your effort, and you're going to be part of the training process anyway. And so the same thing with Anna. Anna maybe in another country than Andrew. Same with Nina, same with Khalid. All of these people, it's because people are sharing the product because of the results that they're having, and they're growing their business, and because they're plugging into simple systems using some simple tools, they're able to do that without having to worry about being a salesperson or a business person. And you can see the percentages are going down, but what you're actually seeing is more people in your organization, which means you're actually making more money. Now, if you could create a level of income for yourself by finding a leader like John, and it duplicating 5 levels down because of the momentum that is happening, if you wanted to create more income for yourself, obviously the logical thing you're going to do is you're going to find more people like John. So let me show you the power of multiplication. So here you are. Now notice, because everybody likes to share good news, most people are going to go to their centers of influence. You're not going to stay in your center of influence, but you're going to go to your centers of influence. And so you may find 3 people. Yeah, and they may be in your centers of influence or not, but over time you'll find 3 leaders that each people still only doing 2,000 as a group of people, but now you have 6,000 going for your organization. The company's still going to give you 8% of that, which is £480. Again, those people go to their centers of influence, and then they start moving out of their centers of influence. They find in their own 3 fired up people that really want to impact people's lives as well. But now look what's happening. You got 18,000 going for your organization because you got 9 people. The company's going to give you 6% of that, which is £1,080. It's amazing how word spreads, because many people who were in this business, they heard about it by someone else who got really good results on the product, and then they decided to take it on board based on their recommendation. Very rarely did they just search it online and find it. It was normally 98% of the time was through a referral. And that's going to happen here, but look what's going to happen now. You got 27 people through your organization, 54,000 going through your organization at the moment. Now 4% of that is £2,160. You see, now your residual income is getting quite serious. Now you're talking about nearly over close to 4,000 a month of residual. And the only reason why this is happening is because people are using simple systems, simple tools that are duplicatable, and so everybody can do this. Yeah, so it duplicates again, centers of influence and other people around that goes to 81 people. Now, how many of you could mentor and train 81 people listening in? I'm sure you couldn't. That's a lot of people. But I'm sure the majority of you could mentor 3 people using some simple processes and some simple tools that are designed to do the majority of the telling and the selling for you. Well, for that reason now, you have got 162,000 going for your organization. 3% of that is £4,860. Now, not only would you have 243 people on your 5th level, not only would your business be producing 486,000 on that level alone, but if these products are as good as we say they are, how many families and individuals do you think you're impacting positively when you have got that much product going through your organization? You see, indirectly, you're helping thousands of people, thousands. But these figures that I'm showing you here don't replace each other. They're actually cumulative. So within any given time period, and we can't tell you what that time period is, it all depends on your work ethic, it all depends on your desire, it all depends on what you want to do. It could be 1 year, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, we don't know. Like I said, it's all to do with your own personal drive. But within a given time period, there's a potential monthly income here of £18,300. Now, normally when you mention that to people who are not used to that kind of income on a monthly basis, normally you get kind of 2 reactions. You get one reaction where people start possibility thinking, yeah, wow, okay, let me try this, let me see what can happen, because it can get me out of the rut that I'm in. And then you got the other type of person that will look at it and go, yeah, right, and completely disbelieve it with skepticism and many times, unfortunately, cynicism. First of all, you can't take somebody further than they want to go. But what I would say to you is that you have to look at things with open eyes, and you have to be able to look outside of the box. Because if you're not able to look outside of the box, you will always be governed by what the box tells you. And a lot of times people are put into boxes that says 18,300 is a yearly salary, not a monthly salary. So if that is in their mindset, then their mind has already stopped them from even achieving half of the potential of that. But you have to be able to think outside of the box. There are many people that have done things that were supposed to be impossible. A good example of that is Bannister, the gentleman that broke the 4-minute mile, Roger Bannister. It was supposed to be impossible for the 4-minute mile to be broken. For years people tried it and it was supposed to be an impossibility. But then comes along Roger Bannister, and Roger Bannister goes away and breaks the 4-minute mile. Yeah. Since Roger Bannister has broke that record, many other people have come along and gone underneath 4 minutes for the mile. In fact, we have college students today who break the 4-minute mile, and the reason why that is because Roger Bannister stepped outside of the box, didn't listen to the naysayers, went and did something that was supposed to be impossible, and he paved the way. In other words, gave permission for everyone else to come and do the same. So if there was no one in your family, in your centers of influence, who have ever earned $18,300 a month or more, then why not you be the Roger Bannister in your centers of influence and show people how the impossible can be possible, and then give them the permission to go and do the same. Well, again, even if you try to do that and 50% of it didn't happen, you're still looking at over $9,000 a month. Even if 75% of it didn't happen, you're still looking at over $4,000 a month. Yeah. So the question is, what is it that you're doing right now that could potentially pay you a fraction of what could potentially happen of $4,000 a month? I mean, to put that into perspective for you to have £4,000 of a residual income a month, you'd have to have over £1 million in some kind of financial vehicle saved up. That's the reality. But this is what you could potentially develop with this opportunity. This is only the third way we get paid. Fourth way is called cash bonuses and trips. The company are very big on sending people away on international travel. We've been in places like Hawaii, Monte Carlo, Mexico, the Canadian Rocky Mountains, all over Canada. We've been at many places. We're going to Greece later on this year. We just come back from Barcelona. So there are many places and many opportunities for you to travel, and the company do treat you very, very well. Reason being, because they want you to tell other people how good you've been treated, to build that excitement so that people will want to know what we do, get involved, and the end result is more people will be impacted with our products. There's also cash bonuses. There's cash in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And while you're building up your residual income check, because let's face it, a residual income check does take a while to build up, but while you're building that, you can use the cash bonuses to help with your cash flow. And so, guys, this is a realistic compensation plan that is designed to help everybody who is willing to go and do some work. It's not just going to drop on your lap, but if you're willing to do the work, then you'll be rewarded accordingly. Then we have the Ambassador Program. Now, the reason why the company came up with the Ambassador Program was because they wanted people who had built businesses to be able to teach and train those upcoming distributors. And as an ambassador, anywhere in the real world where you could potentially be requested to go, the company could pay you to go to that country, pay for you to do the training, flight accommodation, all your expenses, and fly you back home. You see, they understand that you have the ability to do it because you've done it, and they want to pay you for your knowledge. There is also more cash bonuses, more ways of earning in the Ambassador Program. But there's like a jewelry program incorporating Rolex watches and rings and bracelets and all kinds of nice stuff like that. A car allowance program. There's all good stuff in this program. But really what I want you to understand is this company believe in a principle known as sowing and reaping. They understand if they invest in individuals' lives, not only are those individuals going to grow, but the company overall is going to continue to prosper as well. So they will pay you for your knowledge. Now, this is the second to last slide. So before we get into this slide, I just want to share some business stories with you. What is happening to people that have decided to use Reliv as a platform to change their finances? So take a look.
Business has been beautiful. It has allowed, like Tom said, opportunities for us that most people don't even dare to dream about.
We got started part-time, about 15 hours a week that first year.
When I saw the Reliv opportunity, I knew that this was a way out of that 9-to-5 grind and that daily commute of 3 hours that I had.
I was so enthusiastic about the product that people around me and friends around me also wanted to try it.
So I came in at the top profit level, got the products at the same time, and I started sharing right away before I got results.
The three-way calls and the Monday calls and the BOM evenings were helping me very well to expand this business.
At the beginning, I was earning a few €100.
So our very first check was around £30. We knew we had to get to work to increase that.
The business started like that. And after 2 years, I decided to resign my part-time job and to work full-time for Relief.
True treasure, time with my husband, time with our family. Our boys and our daughter know my husband in a better way than most kids ever even can imagine possible.
I've been able to do things with my family that most dads can't do. Got involved in coaching at high school level, baseball, which is a lot of fun, and the golf team, which is a lot of fun.
My kids both went to out-of-state colleges now, and they're still debt-free, junior and senior in college. And because of that income, they're debt-free. And they're not going to come out with loans where so many other people are.
What I'm the most proud of is to have given a job to more than 200 people.
You know, when you're helping a lot of people, and because the products worked, we didn't have to sell. So our business just grew organically.
And our checks just got bigger and bigger each month. So that gave us, which was the most important thing that we wanted, and that was choice. So for us, that's just been fantastic.
That's probably the best part about it, was that the income was great, but it was the time freedom it allowed us and the freedom of choices.
Okay, so as the slide says, be the best boss you've ever had. There are many people that are looking for answers. There are many people that are looking for a better way of life. They want to enjoy more family freedom. They want to have more time freedom, financial freedom. They want to live life by design and not by default. They want to build those relationships, and they want to do all the things that they currently cannot do. And this is a way for people to realize their dreams, because most people unfortunately have had their dreams squashed. And if you ask any child when they are younger what it is that they want to do, they'll tell you that they want to be an astronaut, a pilot, they want to be a brain surgeon, they want to be a movie star, they want to do this, they want to do that. So all these big goals and dreams. But then when you track that child moving forward, you can see how people try to pigeonhole them in schools and say, don't try and do that, you should be doing this. People try to compare them to other people, saying they're not good enough. People try to put their own ideas on what that child should do, and because they get a lot of negativity thrown at them every single time this happens, this is just pushing their dreams and their goals further and further and further to the back of their head, until they're so far back in their head they are no longer dreaming. They are literally just falling into the system. Yeah, they fall into the system of 9 to 5. Yeah, so they go through the school system, get their job, 9 to 5, work their job. The money comes in, the money goes out. Then it comes in again, then it goes out again. Then unfortunately, there's even more month than money sometimes. But what it is because their goals and their dreams have been so suppressed, they're just not doing it no more. And so the worst time of the week is a Monday morning because they got work. Best time of the week is a Friday afternoon because they've got the whole weekend to look forward to. And then the most depressing time of the week is a Sunday evening because they've got work on Monday morning. And they do this week in and week out, year in and year out. Work the job till they're 65, in fact now it's 70. Then they retire, get their pension, and then they realize they can't actually survive on their pension, so then they have to get a part-time job to supplement their pension. Guys, do you think that life has to be like that? I personally do not think life has to be like that. But you are where you are today because of the choices that you made up until this point. Wherever you're going to be 5 years from now, it's going to be because of those same choices that you make. So I want you just to put an imaginary bubble in the air, and in that bubble I want to put all your goals, all your dreams, all your aspirations, all the things that you want to achieve in life. Put them in that bubble. And then if I asked you the question today, are you living your dream or are you just paying your bills? What would you say? Guys, if you're not happy with that situation, then the only way you're going to get happy with it is by doing something about it. Because the height of insanity is doing the same things that you've always done, but expecting different results. So if you've seen something that could potentially change your life today, and you've got eyes to see and ears to hear, you may want to get back to the person who invited you to look at this information, and they can help you to move forward. Because guys, there are two types of ways to get started, and in here you can start either as a customer or you can start as a distributor. Now there's some people that will look at the information, they'll say products sound really, really good, but a business is just not for me. And if that is where you're at, that's absolutely fine, because everybody has the right to make that choice. But I'm sure that most people would agree with me when I say most people either want to look younger, live longer, or be healthier. So you may want to get on the product. Worst case scenario, you get your money back. Best case scenario, you take something that's going to impact your life. Or you may be thinking about 2 or 3 people you know needs these products. You may want to consider a distributor. You get enough product for about 2 or 3 people. Like I said, that's about £193. Yeah, and then you'll be at the 25% level at that point. You can start building towards that master affiliate level, which is the 40% level. Yeah, because the master affiliate level is the leadership level, so you want to get there as quickly as possible. So whichever level you come on board the business, the focus should be to get to that level. And if you're using the simple processes and the simple tools in place, you should be able to get there. But any decision to join Relive is a good one. So now all you need to do is get back to the person who invited you to look at this information, and they can help you to move forward and start you on your Relive journey to not just change your life, but change the life of many, many people that you have not even met yet. So this was me, Jason Gregory, European Sales Manager for Relive Europe, and I look forward to working with you. I look forward to coming out on the field and seeing you and your teams grow. I look forward to seeing you on stage being rewarded for your hard efforts, and I look forward to seeing how you are changing your lives through these products and in this business opportunity. So take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay guys, now you've seen the presentation, it's time for you to understand what it actually takes to come on board. So I'm going to go through the entry points with you. I'm going to start from the top and down to the bottom, and then you can get back to the person who invited you to this information, and they can help you to move forward. So the first entry point into the business is known as Master Affiliate. This is where you're at the top profit level of 40%. You're maximizing the compensation plan. All the international travel, all the cash bonuses are only really available to you once you're at that top profit level. Now there are 2 ways to get there. You can either invest at the top profit level if you've got the means to do that. If you haven't got the means to do that, then you can build up to the Master Affiliate level. Now if you wanted to invest at the Master Affiliate level, that is an initial investment of around about £2,800. So you're going to get product with that order. Yeah. Now, most people who come on board at that level, they are going to stick it on some kind of vehicle like a Visa or a MasterCard. It's just the easiest way to get access to that kind of money. Yeah. Now, normally when you mention that to people who are not used to doing business, the first thing that they think of is, debt. And the reason why they think that way is because most people have been conditioned to get into debt using credit. So if you look and see what the average person spends their credit on, you'll see cars or computer equipment or the plasma screen, a new kitchen, all these things that are designed to lose you money. The only people that are winning on those scenarios are the credit card companies because of compounded interest. But there is a big difference between a good debt and a bad debt. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say you bought a house for £180,000. Effectively, what you've done is you've put yourself in £180,000 worth of debt over 25 years because of your mortgage. But then let's say you sold that house 2 years down the line for £240,000. You'd actually made £60,000 on £180,000 debt. That means that was a good debt. If you bought a BMW for $17,000 and tried to sell it 2 years down the line, you'll be lucky if you get £9,000 for it. So you've literally just lost £8,000 on that credit. So that was not a good debt, that was a bad debt. So if you're gonna use credit, make sure the credit makes you money and not loses you money. The reason why the Master Affiliate Order is classed as a good debt is because built into the Master Affiliate Order is a retail profit of around about £1,300. Yeah. The reason why it's more fluid to stick it on a card, because most of those card companies are going to give you an interest-free period anywhere between 12 to 15 months before they charge you any interest at all. They also give you what is known as a gardening period. It's basically just a period of time before you have to make your first payment, normally between 30 to 60 days. So if somebody is serious, and I would only encourage somebody to do this if they were serious. This is not for somebody who thinks they're going to get something for nothing and do no work. This is for somebody who understands they're investing in themselves, in their business. They're ready to position themselves in the strongest position and get active and get to work. It's for those people. Because for those people, we can work with you to an 8-week plan. Because in 8 weeks, you could be in a position where you paid off that money, made your profit, even before you've had to make your first payment because of that 30 to 60 days. So all you really did do is use somebody else's money to get you where you needed to be, which is what business people understand. Business people do all the time. They understand about other people's money. Yeah. Now, even if it took longer than the 8 weeks, your business would always pay for itself from day one. Because those same card companies say that the minimum monthly payment is anywhere between 2.5 to 3% of the outstanding balance. So on that Master Affiliate Order, you're looking around about £71 to £86 per month. But everybody who starts on our product starts on the same basic nutrition of either Classic or now with Energize, which retails delivered to their door at $75.70. So basically, when you got your first 2 customers, that's like £151, which is more than the £71 you'd have to pay back. So your business would always pay for itself from day one. Yeah. The company also insures your investment. So what they say is for 12 months, for whatever reason a person wants to leave the business, for whatever reason, the company will buy back any unopened product that you have at 100% of the price that you pay for it. So there's really no risk in somebody even investing at the top profit level. Worst case scenario, you send the product back, you get your money back. Yeah. Now, from a momentum point of view, the reason why obviously it makes sense to do that is we work as a team. This is not something you're going to do by yourself. We work as a team, yeah? And so as you're working with the team and plugging into the simple processes that we have as a team, very simple processes that anybody can plug into, what's going to happen is you're going to get new customers, new business builders, yeah? And every single time you sponsor a new distributor, you're at the top profit level, you're going to make £30 profit every single time that happens. Also, when you sponsor every 3 distributors that you sponsor, you're going to get an additional £30. Yeah. Also, whenever any of those distributors decide that they're going to upgrade to master affiliate or they build up to master affiliate, every single time that happens as a master affiliate, you're going to make an extra £200. Yeah. And on top of all of that, you're putting yourself in a position where you can make monthly the bonus check of £1,500. So it makes a lot of sense to become a master affiliate, obviously with all the international travel as well, which I haven't mentioned. So it makes a lot of sense to do that. Yeah, obviously, if you haven't got the means to get to master affiliate, you're going to have to build up to master affiliate. And we work very closely with you to help you to do that, because number one, you're at the 25% profit level. It's anywhere between £185 to £197, depending on what option you choose. You get enough product for around about 3 people, and you also get the same 100% money back guarantee for 12 months. So very low, no risk. But we also have something called a 30-30-30 plan, which is a simple plan which we will work with you to help you to earn your first bonus check in your first few days. And then within the next 4 weeks, help you to level up to master affiliate. And it's a very, very simple plan that anybody can plug into, which does about 90% of the telling and the selling for you. So it's a realistic plan to work towards. Then the final entry point into the business is where you're a normal distributor at the 20% level. Now, from a business point of view, not the smartest move to make. Yeah, the reason why I say that is you're at the 20% level, you don't get any product, it's £28. Yeah. Now, if you're going to be a business builder, number one, you have to be a product of the product. You cannot be telling people this is the best nutrition they need to be taking, but you're not taking it. It's called hypocrisy, and people are not going to take you serious. So you need to be on the product, yeah. But basically, if you came on board at that level and then you wanted to get to 25% level, you'd have to do £350 worth of business volume in 1 calendar month. But if you came on board at the fast start level, you'd already be at the 25% level for between £185 to £197. So that's why I said from a business point of view, not really the smartest move to make, but I do have to mention it because it is an entry point into the business. Now, what I would suggest if somebody was going to come on board at that level, have in your mind to pay your £28, but then buy your first set of product at your 20% discount so you can start being a product of the product. If somebody was not willing to do that, then personally, I would not sponsor them at this level. Yeah, but if they are willing to do that, then they're committing to themselves. I would sponsor them at that level and work with them to build up to the top profit level as quickly as possible using the simple system that our team has. So guys, those are the entry points into the business. What you want to do now is get back to the person who invited you to the team. If you decide that this is something that you're going to want to do and you get started, let the person know once you've registered with your RCN number, because you're going to get access to some bonuses that we give out to people who make that decision to start. And these bonuses are really going to help you to build your business and take your business to the next level. They are exclusive to our team, and you will get them as soon as you sign up and you submit your distributor number to your sponsor so they can give you access to the bonuses. So for now, welcome to Relive International. Welcome to the team. I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to seeing you on stage, getting all the recognition that you deserve based on your own effort that you have put in for yourself and your family. So take care. This is the start of good things to come.